Log on to patreon.com/Dane Calloway or paypal.me/Dane Calloway to support me, my channel, and my content. Any amount is very much appreciated, and I humbly thank you. By demand, merchandise is now available at I'mJustHereToMakeYouThink.com. I am documenting this because it is necessary. Our people need to know the absolute truth. In one of my previous documentaries, I covered a story about our indigenous ancestors that I noticed many of you were unfamiliar with, even though it was very disturbing to write and talk about. I pushed through the chilling details and the many shedding tears from my face to present the untold truth about the Negro Wall Street. And so today, I'm going to share some correlating information in this vlog, further south from my last vlog, but it is just as important. For it was more than just Tulsa, Oklahoma that carried the name. So, without further ado, join me on this continuous amazing journey as I strive to shed light onto the unconventional truth. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now I am in downtown Durham, North Carolina. Downtown Durham, North Carolina. Very, very, very historical landmark here, in which I'm going to tap into in a lot further detail, but I just want to show you guys. I'm probably going to have footage rolling of some things that I captured, video and photographs of some different type of landmarks that is here, that is a reference to certain things that happened at this particular location. But coming back here, I'm going to let you know that this is the initial starting point where indigenous aborigines began entrepreneurship. Okay, now I know if you haven't already, some of you have watched my documentary on the Tulsa, Oklahoma Black Wall Street, which was considered the Negro Wall Street at that time. But this one was the very first one. They were inspired by what happened here, and of course that one was called the Black Wall Street. But just to turn around so you can see that I am here, and I'm probably going to be reading this off so you guys can see it. I'm probably going to be putting a picture up or some video. I'm going to read this off, and I'm definitely going to be getting to further detail concerning this particular topic, because this needs to be known. But keep in mind, like I said, everything that happened in Tulsa, Oklahoma was inspired by what happened here. Not the same thing happened as far as, you know, the burning it up and everything, tearing it down. Very, very sad story that happened in Tulsa, Oklahoma, even though they have rebuilt it because of certain particular grants that were given, in which I'm going to go into a later documentary as well. They did get a chance to rebuild, and this was torn down as well. As you can see, I'm probably going to be rolling footage that this looks totally different from how it initially was, of course, during the time period. Time rolls on. But yeah, a lot of things have changed, a lot of buildings have changed, but a couple of different landmarks are still here. A couple of different banks are here. Now also there's a lot of white people here. A lot of white people here now. This was initially ours, like all Aborigine, all indigenous Aborigine of color, like how you see of color with me, we're all down here at one particular point, but now it's like everybody's here. So with that being said, I'm just going to jump straight into it. So I just want to quickly read off what this sign says, and go over the exact details of what this sign actually means in full detail, because I'm not too sure if this was told or not, or if anybody knows this. This is definitely a fact here that needs to be given as far as our history concerning the indigenous aborigines. Now, on this particular sign, as you can see, this was going to say North Carolina. Hopefully you can see that, North Carolina Office of Archives and History in 2004. So in 2004, this sign was initially put up. If there was one that happened before 2004, I'm probably going to put it up right now. But I can tell you for a fact, minus the fact that it says African Americans, everything else is accurate. I'm going to read it off. In the early decades of the 1900s, Durham acquired national reputation for entrepreneurship. Businesses owned by African Americans lined Paris Street. Among them were NC Mutual Life Insurance Company, moved to Paris in 1906, led by John Merrick, Dr. Aaron Moore, and C.C. Spalding, and Mechanics and Farmers Bank in 1907, led by R.B. Fitzgerald and W.G. Pearson. Now, directly above me, I'm probably going to walk forward so you can see what I'm talking about. If you could really look upward, directly behind me, you're going to see the farmers right there. And it's still here. Everything else is really brand new to me. I can't recognize it from the pictures per se. So a lot of stuff has been changed. Definitely going to go into further detail about that.
Well, Durham was a place where blacks were successful down through the years. It just happened that there were some people who got together and started some businesses, and with the success that they had here, people came from everywhere just to see what was happening in Durham. W.E.B. Du Bois and Booker T. Washington came to Durham and saw what was happening here and called it a mecca of black business. And the Black Wall Street name came from these efforts. And we had guides at the North Carolina Mutual, tour guides at the Mechanics and Farmers Bank, at North Carolina Central University, and other places around town, just to show what was happening here that was different from what was happening in other communities. The business leadership was very important. It made a tremendous contribution. And I can remember when I was looking for work and right out of college, there was a limited number of jobs that blacks could get other than waiters, elevator operators, maintenance people, and cooks. And when we came to Durham, we found that there were blacks sitting at typewriters, handling money, operating businesses, and doing many trade jobs that were not common in most communities. And this made a big impact upon the black community that caused us to become famous here in Durham. And one of the things that made us want to come to Durham to see what was happening and how it was happening and how we could carry it back to other communities and do the same thing.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now I'm back in the truck because of the fact that you're still going to be seeing me rolling footage of stuff that I gathered as I'm talking, because there's a lot of different things that I want to cover that is not being put out there to the public that should be known. And yeah, it was getting crowded during that particular time period, so I just kept the footage rolling, and I just eliminated me talking during that particular part because there's too much noise going on over there. I was directly off of the street, Paris Street. So yeah, without further ado, let me jump right into it. What happened? What happened? Why is there no longer Black Wall Street? Why is there no longer the mecca of entrepreneurship for our people? Why? Well, it's called Research Triangle Park. Research Triangle Park is the landmark for large corporations, whereas Black Wall Street had well over 200 black-owned businesses. Research Triangle Park has well over 200 large corporations, such as IBM, the technology giant, CDC, the Center of Disease Control, GlaxoSmithKline, which is the global medicine developer. They create medicine, vaccines, and other healthcare products. Ericsson's, which is they're the largest supplier for mobile systems in the world. USDA, of course, you are familiar with them dealing with food, but they also deal with nutrition and rural developments. And Fidelity, which is the banking guru. Now, that's just to name a few. I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, well, Dane, why does that matter? I mean, they put Research Triangle Park right there because it's the center of 3 universities, right? Now, let me answer that question by stating, according to this map that I'm about to post right now, this is a map of Durham. Look at this map. It's clearly marked where you can see where the Negro, or rather the colored people, are. And you can also see where the white people are located, their homes and businesses. So with all that being said, what happened was Highway 147 was created. Highway 147 ran directly through 200 miles of colored people's homes and businesses. They did this under the guise of urban renewal. Urban renewal is used to displace people of color and increase segregation of colored communities in order to destroy businesses and force people of color and force all of them into public housing and welfare. In other words, their real intent was to remove the independency and to eliminate self-sufficiency, see, of thriving and prosperous people of color, Native Aborigines, us. That's why we're not there. Okay? This also causes people of color to seek government assistance, seeking to gain a balance. This hurts me to my soul stating this, okay? Because simultaneously, this also reestablishes white supremacy systematically, okay? See? This is what was used to remove the power of black businesses. This is what was used to remove Black Wall Street. Now, this may be one of the first places where this occurred, but I'm pretty sure if you take a look around your own neighborhood, you're going to see some examples of urban renewal. Okay? Also known as urban redevelopment. So, without further ado, you know what I got to do. I'm going to give out some shout outs to the people that's been supporting. Brother Ron Griffith donated $10 to me, and he also left a note saying, "Thank you, my brother, for sharing truth. I wish I could give more. I hope it helps." It does help, Brother Griffith. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. I humbly appreciate that. Rudolph Bennett donated $25, and he also left a note and said, "Good presentation, bro. My contribution." Thank you, Brother Rudolph. I really appreciate that. Thank you. All right, and the next person is Robin Williams, and he donated $100. Thank you, Mr. Williams. And he also left a note saying, "I want to truly thank you for dedication and waking up our American people here in North America. Keep it up, brother." Wow. Thank you, Brother Williams. That is amazing. Thank you so much. That helps out a lot. Thank you so much. Damon Bonner, donated $9. Thank you, Mr. Bonner. I really appreciate that. And he left a note saying, "Great work." Thank you, Mr. Bonner. David Manning donated $10 to me. Thank you, Mr. Manning. I really appreciate that. And he also left a note saying, just wanted to make sure this is the right person, but I can't express how you have impacted my life. Wow. I want to thank you, and I hope millions more help. Wow. Wow, that is amazing, Mr. Manning. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That is very humbling. Thank you so much. Deborah Sclafford. I hope I'm pronouncing your last name correctly, Miss Deborah. I apologize if I didn't. Deborah Sclafford donated $50. Wow. Donated $50. And she also left a note saying, thank you for all your hard work and research. I truly appreciate you. And I truly appreciate you, Miss Deborah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Rena Williams, she donated $25. Thank you, Miss Williams. I really appreciate that. Mia Isaac, she donated $10. Thank you, Miss Isaac. I really appreciate that. Oh, and she also left a note saying, our strong alpha, much love. Thank you so much, Miss Isaac. I really appreciate that. And the next person I'm going to shout out is Delisa Manuel for donating $50. Whoa, donating $50. Thank you so much, Miss Delisa. And she also left a note saying, thank you for all you do. Thank you for all you do. The research you've done is greatly appreciated because it is extremely hard to find the information that has been hidden, twisted, distorted, and or forgotten. Your videos have really been life-changing as far as giving me another point of view of the reality created by our oppressors. I cannot explain how grateful I am, and words cannot express how it feels to know my people have a more logical history than that of the romanticized slave ship journeys from a land no one in my family knows anything about. Wow. 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 That is major. That is major. Thank you, Miss Delisa. This is the reason why I'm doing this. This is wow. 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 Thank you, Miss Lisa. I really appreciate that. That is very humbling. That is very humbling. I had to get myself back together. I apologize, y'all. The next person I'm going to shout out is Breed Love Beauty Company. That's a business. And they sent $30 for donation. Thank you so much. And they also left a note saying, love your channel. Shout out to Breland Love Beauty Company. Thank you so much. Jesse Sutton for donating $10. I hope I pronounced your last name right, Mr. Jesse. I apologize. Jesse Sutton. Oh, and he left a note saying, hello, Dane. Hello. Keep up the great work. Peace and love from Brother Jesse. Thank you so much, Brother Jesse. I really appreciate that. All right, and the next person I want to shout out is Lakeisha McKinley. Lakeisha McKinley. I apologize if I butchered the last name, but I think I got this one correct. Lakeisha has donated $10 to me. Thank you, Miss Lakeisha. All right, and the next person I'm going to shout out is Christopher Lee for donating $20. Thank you, Mr. Lee. I really appreciate that. And he also left a note saying, excellent documentary, Untold Truth About the African Slave Trade in America, the 1600s edition, second half documentary. Thank you for revealing the truth. They need that. You guys, if you guys have not seen that documentary, go back and watch that. Mr. Lee, thank you so much. Thank you so much. It needs to be known. It's very important. Very important. It's Anthony Johnson. Anthony Johnson has sent $50. Thank you, Mr. Johnson. That is humbly appreciated. And he also left a note saying, great job. Keep it up. Thank you so much, Mr. Johnson. I humbly appreciate that. I really do. Thank you. All right, and the next people I want to shout out is definitely my Patreon people. My Patreon people has pledged to me and keeping me going as well, and I really appreciate that. And the first person I want to shout out is Nadine Alexandri. She pledged $5. Thank you, Miss Nadine. I really appreciate that. The next person I want to shout out is Obscene American for pledging $5 as well. Thank you very much for that. The next person I'm going to shout out is Ernest Fripp. Ernest Fripp pledged $5. I hope I didn't butcher that. I really appreciate your pledge of $5. Thank you very much. The next person is going to be Dorsey Amos. Dorsey Amos pledged $5 as well. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And Trey K has also pledged $5 as well. Thank you. Christopher Jones has pledged $5 as well. Thank you, Mr. Jones. And the last person is going to be Allison Alexander, who pledged $20 to me. Thank you, Miss Alexander. And to those people that have pledged $20 or more, you guys are definitely going to be seeing the full clips. Well, no, not clips. You're seeing the full length documentaries before anybody else does, and even exclusive ones. And of course, my exclusive personal information, I'm pretty sure you guys are seeing that right now. I know I started posting that. Now you're seeing some background of me. I'm sharing that with you guys. And I really appreciate all the support, guys, of keeping this going, keeping this journey going, to showcase all of what was not told in our history books, all of what was not told by our parents, not knocking them at all, because they, of course, they have no idea, because no one is really doing this type of work for them in the past or even now. So that is my main duty, to bring it to you guys, to let you know what's going on, so you could be informative of, for your own sake, of what happened amongst us being indigenous Aborigines within Turtle Island, aka North America. Okay, and then I'll start traveling outside of North America to showing you. Okay, we're gonna go there as well. Yes, we are gonna go there. I know this one is not as large as it usually is as far as the timing is concerned, but that's okay. I have way more stuff coming out, especially for this month, guys. And be looking out for that. And I really appreciate all the support, even the ones that haven't donated to me but plan to do so. I really appreciate that. Even the ones that click like, comment, and share, I really appreciate that as well, because that keeps this movement going. That keeps the movement going. That also lets everybody know the real deal, the real truth about what needs to be told as far as our history. Okay? So with that being said, I'm going to end this right here. I'm Dane Calloway, and I'm just here to make you think.